All right, welcome into Market Day Report. I am Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. I'm in here for the rest of the session, so thank you for joining us. If you're just joining us, and if you've been with us all morning, it's going to be my job to make sure that you stay. How's that sound? All right. Why don't we take a look at what's happening right away before I waste too much time? Let's take a look at what the markets are doing. Let's take a look at corn. That corn table is a little easier. Well, a lot easier, actually. July's off 13.25 cents, backing up here to 7.96 3/4. We lost that 8 handle, and we're just about 3/4 of a cent off the lows here. March. Let's see, go out to D's new crop. It's off 9 cents to 7.39 Still above that $7 level, but still only about 3 cents off the lows out there. So corn getting a little bit bruised here. How about soybeans? What's happening there? Soybeans a little bit of the same. July's off 4.75 cents to 17.12 How about Novi new crop? That's off 2.5 cents to 15.27. Those are well off the lows there too. So not a lot to worry about as far as setting new lows right now. However, we're still lower on the day. Well, let's take a look at wheat. It's not going to rescue us today, though, folks. Wheat's lower. July's off by 15.5 cents to 10.82 even. We lost the 11 handle there. And if you go out the deferreds, we're still off about 15 cents all the way out the curve to March, where we're off 13.5 cents to 10.76 3/4. Does Kansas City and the hardwood wheat give us anything else to chew on here? Not really. July's off 12.25 cents to 11.57 6 cents off the lows. And again, the March out there, March of 2023, that's 11 cents lower, 11.48 Spring wheat in Minneapolis. Let's take a quick peek there, see if it bucks the trend. Not really. It's lower, but not by much. July's off 4 cents. 11.68 is last. And let's take a look out the deferreds. You do lose 7 cents on that March out there to 11.45. Quick take a peek at cotton. Cotton got shellacked 2 days ago. Tried to come back yesterday. Didn't really do too well. And today it's kind of sick again. So let's take a look at July off 90 points, 137.98. We also have Dees off 74 points at 120, spot 28. All right, let's get to our guest analyst, Steve Wagner. He's with CHS. Steve, thanks for joining the show. All right, well, you got any thoughts about those prices I just reeled off?
It's a correction. You can't run a bull market without a correction, and we've had corrections in the last 2-3 months, and it needs to catch its breath. It doesn't make me nervous. It doesn't bother me. The only question is, how deep will the correction be?
All right, and that's the million-dollar question. I mean, we've seen such steady, eddy, bullish moves every single day. You're right. It's not a good thing for the market to continue to go one direction every single day. It's hard to say that you like a correction, but a correction is healthy, just like you said. So, having said that, you still feel pretty good about corn, wheat, and beans going forward?
I do. I think there's too many major points in the market, and inflation, in my mind, the pinnacle of those concerns. And as long as that's driving the bus, you'll correct, but you won't change course.
And that inflation thing, whether you think it's short-term or long-term, it looks as though it's going to be more of a long-term issue here. We had reports out this morning that the Russia-Ukraine thing doesn't look to be solved anytime soon, and if it is solved, it's not going to be a sorry, no do-overs and everybody retreats back to their own country. It's probably going to change the map. If they change the map, that means the U.S. administration is going to keep those sanctions on for a lot longer than we all think. So that's going to be something that's going to be a fly in the ointment for the near term for sure.
Yeah, that's another point that isn't going away. The Ukrainians were wheat exporters. The Russians are wheat exporters. I mean, the Ukrainians and the Russians are sunflowers and sun oil. So there's enough product that's going to be affected. You're absolutely right. Short term, long term, it doesn't matter. It's having an impact on our markets.
Right. Good stuff. All right. Really appreciate you coming on. That's Steve Wagner. He's with CHS in Minnesota. We're gonna go away for a quick break and come back and talk livestock with me after these messages.